Hi friends, it is Johnny back with another video, and today it is time for another Florida Man video. Now if you don't know what a Florida Man is by this point, I feel like you're purposefully avoiding these videos. I mean, I'm sorry, I guess? But just in case, a Florida Man is anytime a news report or news article says Florida Man does blank, and it's always something completely crazy or deranged. That's a Florida Man. Now, ever since moving down to Florida, I've used it as a bit of like a horoscope or zodiac for some of my favorite YouTubers. And this week is no different. We're going to be doing some more of the Smosh cast. Now, before getting into the video, I just want to say, if you can please subscribe. I just learned that 97.8% of my viewers aren't subscribed. That's insane. That means 2.2% of the people that are viewing my videos are subscribed. I mean, thank you for the views, but please subscribe, it helps. Also, just so you know, that due to like some real life stuff happening in the next few weeks / month, I'm currently going to be filming the next 2 months of videos in one night. So if I seem a little more unhinged than usual going through these videos, that's why. I'm sorry in advance. But anyway, let's just jump right into it. Roll the intro. Like I said, we're going to be continuing the Smosh cast, and today we're going to be doing Tommy. And doing a simple Google search, I found out that Tommy's birthday is September 11th. That is so unfortunate. But knowing that information, let's figure out what kind of Florida Man Tommy is. And Tommy, your Florida Man, is Florida Man accused of spitting on elderly victim who asked him to social distance. Again, the wording. They could have just, instead of the comma, put and. Because that makes it so much better, you know? Florida man accused of beating and spitting on elderly victim who asked him to social distance. Not that it makes the thing that happened better, just the wording, you know? I'm not saying good. Now I'm okay with what happened because they put and. But anyway, let's just get into the reading. An elderly man who asked another patron to back away from him because he wasn't wearing a mask at a gas station was beaten, kicked in the head, and spit on. That just seems a little excessive, you know what I mean? Just a tiny bit excessive. Also, an elderly man who asked somebody to back away because they weren't wearing a mask. I feel like all the elderly people I've bumped into, I get dirty looks for still wearing a mask, you know? Like, they don't care. They don't want to wear a mask. They didn't even want to wear a mask during, like, the heat of the pandemic, you know? But maybe that's just the part of Florida that I'm in. Maybe that's just where we are, you know? Police said the 70-year-old victim was at a sit-go on Orange Avenue around 7:40 p.m. on a Tuesday when he noticed Redacted was not wearing a mask. So he asked Redacted to social distance. No, that's understandable, especially during a pandemic. You don't know what other people have or if they're taking care of themselves. So yeah, I completely understand. You know, take a couple steps back. It's not the end of the world. The two argued, then the victim left the convenience store with the items he purchased, only to be followed by Redacted, who punched him in the face. Again, that seems very excessive for somebody to just be like, can you take a step back, please? Like, authorities said the victim tried to go back into the store to escape the attack, but Redacted followed him again, this time punching him, kicking him and shoving him to the ground before grabbing him by the hair and pulling him back to the parking lot. Again, what is this guy's problem? Just take a step back. Take 2 steps back. It's somebody's asking you to just, like, you know, respect their space. Respect the space. It's not the end of the world. Like, if you don't want to wear a mask, that's on you. But this is an elderly person that clearly has some, like, health issues that they're concerned with. If they didn't, they wouldn't be so, like, adamant about, like, you stepping back, you know? The victim was on his stomach as Redacted repeatedly punched him in the head, then spat on him, kicked him in the head, and walked away, according to the affidavit. Are they admitting something that the old person said? Like, did they say something real wrong? Like, maybe he said something racist. I don't know. Like, maybe he called the person a slur. That happens a lot down here, unfortunately. Something has to be missing for them to just be like, he asked him to take a step back, and then he snapped. Like, 1 + 1 ain't equaling 2 here. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. When police arrived, the victim told them, "This guy just beat the head out of me." Records show he suffered serious injuries, including broken bones. Jesus. Again, there has to be more. There has to be. Because that's not a normal way to respond to somebody like, hey, can you just take a step back, please? You're kind of on me. Though Redacted left the scene before authorities arrived, surveillance videos from the sit-go helped police identify him as a suspect. is he a suspect if the video helped identify him? Like, you see who did it at that point, right? Or do they mean like they identified him through that? Like, okay, this is the suspect, and then they found him like that. Because I doubt in the video he's like, I and her name here just did this, and like he walked away, you know? Redacted said the victim was getting crazy and being aggressive, so he just snapped and hit the elderly man in the face. Okay, again, so maybe there is more to the story that they're not telling, and they just want to make the elderly person seem more of a victim. Don't get me wrong, he is a victim because he got his shit rocked real bad, but maybe there was more to it than they're telling us. You know, that's all I'm saying. Redacted, age 24. The age difference is big, okay? So, down here, it happens a lot. Like, the elderly expect respect but don't give respect to anyone but themselves. They're very entitled is what I'm trying to say. So maybe the old person really was a bit of an asshole and this person just kind of snapped, but didn't give him the right to attack this person either, because they were just kind of asking you to take a step back. Now, how he went about asking is a different story, and I'd really like to know how it happened. But anyway, Redacted, age 24, was arrested Tuesday at his home on charges of aggravated battery and kidnapping. Kidnapping? Oh, because he took him from the store and dragged him back out to the parking lot. So technically he took him to a secondary location. Is that what it is? I don't know. But yes, Tommy, that is your Florida man. Live with the knowledge that that is deep down inside of you something because of the day you were born. I don't know if you're the elderly man or the person that attacked him. Maybe you're the elderly man and you're attacking yourself. That seems more accurate for you, so. But on to the next one. Next up, we have Noah. And doing a simple Google search, I found out that Noah's birthday is February 14th. Knowing that information, let's figure out what kind of Florida man Noah is. And Noah, your Florida man, is Florida man accused of using samurai sword to attack friend over Xbox. When they say over Xbox, do they mean like they're fighting over the Xbox? Or did he try to attack his friend over like headset? Like, I'ma cut you, like threatening him basically. Let's just find out. I'm curious. A man accused of using a samurai sword to attack his friend earlier this week in Daytona Beach is still on the run. Redacted, age 25, of Daytona Beach had stopped by the victim's apartment along South Beach Street on Monday evening to hang out, reportedly upset over being currently homeless and having to walk with his belongings. What does that mean? Like, was he carrying everything he owned in a backpack? Is that what they're saying? Anyway, I'm already a little confused. Like, was it his Xbox? Was it his friend's Xbox? Like, if you're homeless, why are you trying to take an Xbox? Like, where are you gonna put it? Or are you just gonna try to sell it to somebody? Please help me understand. The victim told police he had known Redacted for about 2 years. When Redacted asked the victim if he was going to give him his Xbox, police said the victim replied in the negative. Redacted then grabbed a samurai sword in the apartment and struck the friend twice across the left side of his face and upper shoulder. Redacted had said nothing threatening to the victim and ran away after attacking him, police said. What does it matter if he said something threatening? He attacked the person. He took the sword and whacked them twice. Does saying something make it worse somehow? Like, if he would have just said, "How do you like that?" would that have made it worse? If he said the right thing, would that make it better? Like, it's okay because he said sorry as he did it. Like, I'm confused. Also, is it the friend's Xbox or is it his Xbox that like the friend was holding for him? This doesn't give me specifics. It's just saying that he asked the victim if he was going to give him his Xbox. Like, they could have said if the victim was going to give him his Xbox or if the victim was going to give Redacted his Xbox back or something like that. But it's just saying his Xbox, so it could be either or. But anyway, the victim, who told police he was unsure if he wanted to pursue charges, was observed to have suffered an approximately 3-inch long laceration to his left upper cheek, an approximately 2-inch laceration to his left shoulder, and a small laceration to his right knuckle area. According to the affidavit, his injuries were not life-threatening, police said. Well, I mean, at least his injuries weren't life-threatening and they seemed small enough, but you were still attacked by someone you thought was a friend over an Xbox. With a sword. You best believe I will be pressing charges. I don't care who did it. If you attack me with a sword, I'm pressing charges. Hell, if you threaten me with a sword, I'm gonna try to press charges. Like, no. Don't do it. And then to be attacked by somebody wielding a sword and be like, I'm not sure if I want to pursue charges. Bitch. Press the charges. Honestly, it's a win-win for both of you. Someone that doesn't seem to be mentally stable at the moment is off the streets, and he gets a place to sleep. but that's just me. A neighbor reported hearing screams and saw the victim open his door while screaming and covered in blood. When the neighbor asked what had happened, the victim allegedly pointed to the sword on the ground and stated, "Redacted stabbed me." The neighbor then called 911, police said. I feel like you could have called 911 before you knew what happened. Like the second I saw somebody like bleeding and screaming, I would start calling 911 and then asking like what happened like as I go, you know? The faster you call, the faster they can get there. It's one of those things. Officers' attempts to locate Redacted were unsuccessful. Police on Wednesday said Redacted was still on the run. That's it. That's apparently it. That's the whole story. That's from this year. Apparently, he's still on the run. What does he look like? I don't know. Am I in danger? I don't know. Like, that story really said, this man swung a sword at somebody 3 separate times, he's on the run, and he may do it again. Like, that was the whole thing. That was it. Over an Xbox. But yes, no, that is your Florida man. Live with the knowledge that that is deep down inside of you simply because of the day you were born. Would you attack somebody with a sword over an Xbox? Maybe if someone stole my Xbox, then it would be a different thing. But he went over as a friend, and I was like, hey, are you going to give me the Xbox? And the friend said no, and his first reaction is, let me grab a sword. Okay, but on to the next one. Next up, we have Arasha. Now, doing a simple Google search, I found out that Arasha's birthday is December 21st. Now, knowing that information, let's figure out what kind of Florida man Arasha is. And Arasha, your Florida man is... Florida man seen taking live fish from indoor pond at Bass Pro Shops. First of all, obviously, I'm, out of respect to people's privacy, I'm not showing the video. Just know, the fish that he took from this pond, I don't know how big these ponds are, because the fish is like... I can't even scale it out on camera, so it's easily over a 3-foot fish. Like, what are they doing there? Why is it so big? And again, how big is that pond? Is that a pond or is it a lake at that point? If it could fit fish like that? Anyway, the Lee County Sheriff's Office is searching for a male who was seen taking a live fish from a Bass Pro Shops on Wednesday evening. In a release, deputies said that the male entered a Bass Pro Shops in the Gulf Coast Town Center while carrying a fishing net. Why is it shops? Like, I get that it's like a chain, but does it need to be called shops? Because that's what throws me off. Like, Bass Pro Shops. You're going to one store, but it's Bass Pro Shops. I guess it must be big enough to feel like multiple stores, considering it fit a pond with 3-foot fish, but okay. He then used the net to remove a live tarpon from the indoor fish pond before fleeing the store with it. What's a tarpon? Is that like a bass? Is that a type of bass? Because it's called Bass Pro Shops. Do they have bass? If they don't, it's a little weird to have another fish in a place called bass, Like, sorry, no bass here, only salmon. Or sorry, our pond is too small, so we only have sardines. Oh, that's it. That's the whole story. Okay. Apparently the guy is still at large, even though we have his entire body type, height, face. All that's left of the story is they give us the phone number to contact the sheriff's office if you have any information. And obviously, I'm not going to give the number because then they're just going to get harassment calls. They're probably going to get fake calls about, hey, yeah, I know the guy that did it, and they don't know. So yeah, obviously I'm not going to put the phone number on the screen, so. But also, what did he want to do with the fish? Did he go free the fish? Is the fish his friend now? Did he have water in his car for the fish? Or did he just buckle the fish up like that in the net still flopping and shit? Questions, that's all I'm saying, questions. I genuinely want to know what he did with it. Did he eat it? What did you do with the fish? Boy, I ain't no snitch, okay? I'm not going to say nothing. Just, DM me if you're out there. What did you do with the fish? But anyway, yes, Arasha, that is your Florida man. Live with the knowledge that that is deep down inside of you simply because of the day you were born. A fish liberator. Or maybe a fish eater? What did he do with the fish? But on to the next one. And last up for the video is Spencer. Now, doing a simple Google search, I found out that Spencer's birthday is July 3rd. But knowing that information, let's figure out what kind of Florida man Spencer is. And Spencer, your Florida man, is Florida man with hustle, eat, sleep, and repeat tattoo charged with throwing hot dog at police officer. Okay. I just want to start reading this one, honestly. A Tampa Bay area man was arrested Saturday for allegedly throwing a hot dog at an officer who warned him he was violating a city ordinance. Redacted, age 47, is charged with felony battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting an officer without violence. I'm sorry, what? I feel like you can't charge him with one of those if you charge him with the other one. Because how is he getting charged with felony battery, that means an assault, on a law enforcement officer, yet He's also being charged with resisting an officer without violence, but battery is violence, so... Okay? That one confused me. That one really confuses me, okay? Around 12 a.m. Saturday, a St. Petersburg police officer told Redacted he could no longer sell hot dogs in the roadway after his street closure permit ended. I guess there was like a festival or something, and it ended, so he had to pack up. Okay. An officer asked Redacted to close up shop, but he continued to try selling a hot dog, at midnight? I guess maybe each town's different, because here, places want to be closing at like 8 o'clock at night, okay? Who is buying a hot dog? Depending on the town and city, maybe, but here, no, that wouldn't happen. Like, after a certain time, people run to their houses and lock the doors like it's about to be the purge, okay? Ain't nobody out there at midnight. Redacted became frustrated and threw a hot dog at the officer, who was in full uniform at the time of the incident, because that makes it so much worse. It would have been perfectly fine if he was out of uniform, or if it was a normal person that wasn't a cop, but it was a cop in uniform. That makes the fact that he assaulted somebody with a hot dog even worse somehow. Like, I feel like for things like that, it shouldn't matter, but I guess because it's a police officer, it's a heightened offense, so whatever. Redacted, who lives in Newport Richey, was booked into a Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. Online court records show he is out after posting a $2,500 bail for throwing a hot dog at somebody? I've seen less bail for more crazy things than that. I genuinely feel like I just saw like a $500 bail for an attempted murder. You know what I mean? And because he threw a hot dog at somebody, it was like a $2,500 bail. Maybe he did something else that they're not saying. Maybe he had like a record already. I don't know, but that just seems excessive for a hot dog. The court records note he has many tattoos, including the phrases hustle, eat, sleep, repeat, and what doesn't kill me makes me stronger, among many others. Ew. Just ew. I was on his side until then. I forgot about the tattoo, and then they gave us an even worse tattoo somehow. Like, the only thing that's missing is live, laugh, love, like down his chest, you know? A Bible quote from like Leviticus, like as a tramp stamp. Why do your tattoos give off Facebook parent? You know, like, I don't have a timeline. I am my timeline. You just like sees a bunch of tattoos, like see a minion here that quotes something. But yes, Spencer, that is your Florida man. Live with the knowledge that that is deep down inside of you simply because of the day you were born. Someone that throws hot dogs at people. Sure, okay, whatever. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it because I really enjoyed making it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and bing bong the ding dong down below to be alerted when I make a new video. And until next time, why not check out some of my other stuff? I have some more Florida men featuring story times, randomness, let's plays. I have a little something for everybody. And while you're at it, why not share one of your favorite videos of mine with your friends? We could always use more friends on the channel. But until then, bye!
That's the next one.